7 weeks in office, Eric Adams gives New Yorkers a look into how he plans to spend taxpayer dollars, saying he has to prioritize public safety for the city's economy to recover from COVID. But as CBS 2 political reporter Marcia Kramer reports, it might not necessarily mean more police, at least not right now.
He got elected by promising to keep the city safe. And despite the pandemic of gun violence and an economy still hobbled by COVID-19, Mayor Adams says he's going to keep that promise.
Reducing crime is a prerequisite to prosperity and recovery. Our city's economic outcome is picking up steam, but that recovery will be delayed if New Yorkers do not feel safe.
The mayor's $98.5 billion spending plan for the fiscal year that begins July 1st makes note of just how much major and violent crime has increased. But faced with an increasingly progressive city council where hiking the NYPD budget might be problematic, the mayor tread carefully about just how he will reduce crime. Does this mean that you're going to be hiring more police officers?
We're going to maintain, right now we're at 35,000. Before we bring on an additional police officer, we're going to look at who we have. Why do I have police officers that are sitting doing clerical duties? So once we bring our officers back to patrol, we could do a real analysis of how many officers we need, and we're going to do something else, better deployment with our manpower.
But the defund the cops crowd in the city council shouldn't necessarily take that as a victory.
No matter what we have to do, in the number of police officers, I'm going to make sure we have the right number of officers to keep our city safe.
The mayor's blueprint to end gun violence also calls for changes to bail reform and other state laws. He got testy yesterday over press reports that a personal trip to Albany to lobby for bail reform tweaks didn't go well. But Senate Majority Leader Andrea Stewart-Cousins made it clear today that bail reform is not exactly something the legislature thinks is necessary right now.
There's a national spike in crime. So for us to pretend that our bail reforms that, again, are addressing misdemeanors and nonviolent felons is responsible for the national crime wave is just irrational.
This is only Mayor Adams' preliminary spending plan. He'll do a real budget, a final proposal in the spring after he finds out how much money he gets from Albany and whether Albany lawmakers are willing to make any changes to criminal justice laws. At City Hall, I'm Marcia Kramer, CBS 2 News.
And the mayor today again addressed news coverage of that trip to Albany to get support for bail reform. He challenged a reporter's assertions, and you can watch that exchange tonight on our streaming service, CBS News New York. That's at 8:45. To watch, download the CBS News app or find us on Pluto TV and other streaming services.